Hey lovies, welcome back to another travel vlog. Come with me as we go to Cape Town city sightseeing. So this is when we're waiting for our sightseeing bus. So we chose the special, which included 3 activities, which costed about 695 rand. I do advise that you do go and purchase this when the activities are available, because on that day the cruises were like suspended and so on, which was such a bummer. But I do think it is a great price and special if you want to go and experience activities. So here I'm just showing you the earphones that needed to plug in. What I really loved is there's a guide that really tells you the history behind the places that you will see during this ride. So this is when we were on our way to Long Street. This is when we just left the bus stop at the beginning. I must say I really loved how like everything had a history behind it, which was so interesting. But yes, this is when we were at the beginning of the trip and we were just about to leave to Long Street. I must say the buildings here in town are so beautiful. I really loved it. So this is when we were passing Table Mountain, if I remember correctly. I must say I really love the beautiful views. One thing that you realize is you pass by so much beautiful nature and just appreciate God's creation. And yes, this is when we were passing the middle campus, if I'm correct, of UCT. Really such a beautiful university, and it's crazy how like so many people from outside the country just come to study at the best university in Africa, FYI. So yeah, really beautiful. Now we were on our way to Kirstenbosch, which is a very beautiful place if you want to have picnics or so on. Really loved the plants and all the tall trees. I mean, it felt like you were actually in a forest, which we were actually in a forest. So, but we really loved the nature once again. Just taking in that beautiful creation that God has, done. Like sometimes it's just mind blowing, like how much God just created such beauty on this earth, which we call nature. But yes, let me just let you guys see the beautiful views of this. So we now arrived at Kirstenbosch, very beautiful place if you want to have picnics. And also there is a hiking site that you can as well get to Kirstenbosch, which I will show you after this clip. But again, just really nice. I think you do have to pay an entry fee though to get in Kirstenbosch, but I must say once again it's very beautiful. I really do recommend for you to go out there if you're going out for a holiday or so on, or you're visiting South Africa. I do recommend that you go to Kirstenbosch as one of the places to experience the beauty of nature. So yeah, this is when we arrived at the first stop of the second stop of the activity, if I'm correct. This is when you could experience wine tasting and know the history behind how they make wine and so on. I really wanted to go there, but my parents are like, no. So just like, oh, it's fine, maybe next time, because majority votes win, okay? And this is where the hiking site starts if you want to go for a hike. I do remember I went here for my confirmation hike, so it was really enjoyable and fun and crazy, So yeah, really nice activity to do. And this is when we were now on our way to Howe Bay, but first we have to pass through the world of birds, which is also a very nice sight. Again, I wanted to go there, but again, majority votes win, so I couldn't. But yeah, that's me, guys. But yes, y'all, again, the views, the views. I cannot just say enough on how beautiful nature is. Like, is it just me, guys? Yes, so we were now close by to Hout Bay. I guess at this point already we were at Hout Bay. But one thing that I really find interesting about Hout Bay is how like the living standards are. Like you will find that the poor side is right next to the rich side. It's not like as if there's a gap between the rich and the poor, space gap, or however I can explain it best. But I just really love how it's just like one community. And I loved how also these people just showed us as well, like the reality of how hard it may to live in South Africa because of the economy and so on. But yeah, they showed us like, this is the realistic side of it, we also struggling and all this type of things socially. So it was really opening the eyes of these tourists to see that Cape Town is not all glamorous, like on the good side, but there's also quite a, I don't know to say bad side, but like, yeah, you know what I mean. It was being real, though being real, showing the realistic side of things. But again, just really beautiful. And this is when at this point we were at Hout Bay. I really love the mountain views, guys. Like, wow. Again, nature, guys, is so beautiful. But yeah, that was the informal settlement right there. And then if you go further, you'll find the rich people side where the rich people normally live. So yeah, really interesting place to see. This was my first time, so yeah. Alright, now this is when we arrived at our first activity that we finally all agreed to do. This was at the Hout Bay Fisheries. So they are very famous for their fish and chips. A lot of tourists do come here to taste the tasty fish and chips as well. And there you would see the Hout Bay Big Beach. I really loved how the beach was like right behind, or should I say besides the mountain. Like that is actually pretty cool. But yeah, this was like kind of like a new area for me because again it was my first time, so I really loved like the different vibe from what I'm used to, because like normally if you at below Big Beach or so on, there's fancy restaurants all over, but here it's just really authentic. Like it's quite simple and I really loved that. So this was when we got off our bus and now we were going to taste some fish and chips. Fish and chips, guys, you can never go wrong with that, hey? So yeah, we were just exploring a bit and just seeing how everything was. I must say, when we arrived at the fish and chips, the line was so long, but I really don't blame them for that because guys, there were so many tourists as well as the local people from Hout Bay, so the lines were like so long. It was quite packed here actually, so you could see how famous this fish and chips restaurant is, But yeah, I'm just showing you how the decorations were really nice. They do show a lot about the history behind Hout Bay and so on. So yeah, that's really interesting if you're interested to read that paragraph. But again, yeah, we waited for almost an hour. Guys, not actually an hour. And the thing was, we were going to be late for our next stop. So, hey, it was a whole thing, hey? Okay, so we finally got our fish and chips, as well as we got ourselves some cool drinks. It was really nice, but we didn't really have time to enjoy it that much because we were rushing. And yeah, this was when we were leaving out there on our way to Camps Bay. I think this was my favorite part of the city sightseeing because the waters just gave such a beautiful view. Like, wow, I was mesmerized. I was amazed. Like, there's just something so therapeutic about the waves just crashing against the rocks and so on. Like, yo, guys, I was like in awe. Like, I wish and I hope and I know that I'm gonna come see the same beautiful view once again, because this was my favorite out of all the things that I've seen so far on this city sightseeing trip. Again, I really do recommend that you go city sightseeing on one of these buses. There are different places that you can go for different prices, so you can check out on the website as well. So we wanted to go on our second activity, which was the burger cafe, which we wanted to have as a takeaway, but unfortunately we weren't supposed to. We had no choice, but we had to like sit in the cafe, which we didn't want to because we were already quite full from the fish and chips. So it was quite a bummer. I'm just like, you know what, let's leave it. I guess there's no other way. So it was quite a bummer. So we took the next bus, and we were in Camps Bay, which is right here. Really busy place, I must say, but Camps Bay is a beautiful place, as well as the beach as well. It's really packed, I must say. And yeah, this was when we went from Camps Bay to Sea Point. Yeah, Sea Point, guys. And I think there's also another activity here, which is Mojo Market, that you can taste their cocktails. Again, we didn't go there because family didn't want to go there. But yeah, this was when we were on our way to Waterfront, which was our last stop from where we were in the beginning. And then here I'm just showing you the stadium that everyone knows. Okay, again, they were saying something like Rihanna was performing there, Ed Sheeran, so I guess it's a memorable stadium. I must say, I really love the houses that were built on the slopes of the mountain. Like, bro, how rich can you be to live in one of these luxury houses? Like, I'm seeing top floor pools and luxury cars. Like, damn, guys, I wish I was there. But we can make it work, through the grace of God. So yeah, it was really nice. So we finally arrived at Waterfront, and we decided, you know what, there's no choice but to join on the Cape Wheel, if I remember the name correctly. Yeah. So the Cape Wheel. There was no other choice, guys, because the cruises were suspended due to the strong wind and the waves were too much as well. As well as we wanted to go to the Diamond Museum, but they were on booking and they only had a booking available the next day. But our ticket was only valid for one whole day, not for 2 days. So yes, this was when we were on the Cape Wheel. It was a really nice view from the top, but I was quite scared when the wind was getting stronger and just shaking the whole cabin. Like, I was so scared, guys, but luckily we survived. But it was really nice view from the top. It was a really nice ride as well. I mean, if you're into these things and you don't really have a fear of heights, I do recommend that you come in. Even if you have fear of heights, guys, conquer your fears, guys. Conquer your fears. But it's a very beautiful view because you can see Table Mountain from here. The Table Mountain, right? So yeah, a really beautiful view, and it just goes around and up and down and so on. So it was really nice. At this point, we were really tired because we were out the whole day, but I really don't regret going on the city sightseeing bus. You know, it made me really see some places that I didn't know of and experience the beautiful nature. So I really do recommend, if it's your first time here, if you really want to see how Cape Town looks like, or you just want to come and explore. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.